Good early morning to all the viewers. Hope everything is well with y'all. This video right here is dedicated to a brother that I was checking out his vibe and I felt like he was on a good track. R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels. For those who don't know, he passed away this morning, age 57, and it was due to some heart issues. Of course, we don't know all the details because it's so sudden, but I heard it this morning, and I just wanted to, share my condolences. And on top of that, I heard something that's kind of disturbing. Where I got the story from, brother was talking about a lot of people were celebrating or having some negative things to say in reference to him passing in a celebrated way. And I'm like, how do you celebrate somebody passing? I mean, what times are we in nowadays where people when they hear something like that, they out in the streets dancing like, you know what I'm saying, Jesus then came back or something. I just don't understand the mindset of a lot of people nowadays. Internet really got a lot of people, twisted. But to me, his point of view, I agreed with it. Like a lot of things that he was talking about, I was feeling, and it wasn't from a negative standpoint. See, a lot of ladies was taking what he was talking about in a negative way because they didn't like his delivery. They didn't like his tone. They didn't like the harshness. He wasn't easy with it. He was giving it raw and uncut. And he was trying to give sisters some sense of reality. And, I know a lot of them, they in this mindset that they a bad beat. And, it's all about the vanity, what they look like. And he was kind of giving good points like, yeah, you can be nice looking. And his commentary was all about, them dealing with certain kind of men. But at the end of the table, his talk was like, okay, you look nice and everything, but what else do you have to offer? What else are you bringing to the table to have a relationship with this kind of guy that you claim you want? 6-7 figure man. And when it boiled down to it, he was just trying to give them some insight. Like, listen, stop being so consumed by what you see in the mirror and understand that it takes more than that to be able to have a certain kind of relationship with somebody. And a lot of the young ladies, I mean, they were getting it. It wasn't like everything he was saying was falling on deaf ears with people, because it wasn't. A lot of young ladies was agreeing with what he was talking about once they had a chance to get some insight and figure out why he was saying what he was saying. A lot of times when you don't understand what people are talking about and you just hear them talk, you just defensive or you're offensive about it because you're not having a full scope. You don't have the understanding of it. But at the same time, the brother was just trying to not only wake up the men to get men on the right track and start to get us to understand about ourselves and understand that, listen, we better than who we are, and we should be putting our best foot forward to be the best individuals that we can be. We got to salute that because we don't have enough of that in our communities. Then with the women, he was trying to give them some understanding. Stop being so superficial, man. You know what I mean? Understand where you at as a human being and understand that try to level yourself up with people that's on the level that you're on. And ain't nothing wrong with trying to step your game up into a different bracket, but at the same time, when he was saying all the stuff that men would have to go through, right, to be acknowledged by the women, what are the women going through to be acknowledged by the men? And the only thing that, for the most part, they was selling is what they look like. I don't need nothing else. All I gotta do is be stacked and have a pretty face. And that warrants me to have any and everything that I ever want. And that's so far from reality. But it is what it is. Like I said, I'm here to salute a brother who figured it out, and not only figured it out for himself, was helping other people figure it out from both sides of the spectrum. And, that's something that I'm trying to do myself. I'm not trying to put nobody down. I'm just trying to let you see what can elevate yourself. You know what I mean? Just like I'm doing. I'm a work in progress. So when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself. And that's how I see it. But at the same time, I ain't gonna celebrate that. You know what I mean? I mean, how you going? If you celebrate it, celebrate it for the greatness of it and what he brought to the table and the lives that he changed and the people he helped. Don't celebrate it because, you didn't like his tone, and you ain't like how he delivered his message, and you didn't like the fact that he was targeting women. For the women who felt some kind of way about that, whether y'all know it or want to receive it, a lot of the people that follow him was women. It wasn't men. Men, of course, got their dose of it too, but the callers and the people who interacted with his platform were women. And a lot of them, whether they were there for the negative or the positive, he still had the women following him. And I'm sure that, just like anything, man, when we stuck in our ways, it's hard to teach an old dog some new tricks. So we feel like, nah, we ain't got to hear all of that. We comfortable in our skin and who we are, but everybody can improve. And nobody is too far-fetched from having some insight or some corrective criticism. Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player, right? That's what they say, right? Even he had a coach on the sideline giving him pointers. You feel what I'm saying? If that makes any sense to you. We can't just act like we got all the answers and that we don't need no input from nobody else. None of us are perfect. None of us can walk on water. You know what I mean? We all a work in progress. So, like I said, from me to the people who might watch this video, learn from that. Life is short, so we need to value that. Because, that brother looked like he was in the peak of his health and he was taking care of himself, well-fitted suits, tailored suits. I'm sure, for him to maintain himself, he had to be in shape. He had to be trying to eat right. You can't give knowledge to people about a lot of stuff and you ain't aware of things for yourself. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. So it's really a mystery of how that happened, and man, he was really just getting rolling. So yeah, it's a lesson to be learned, and it's definitely a message in that Bible. So let's just be mindful of that, people, and say your prayers, man, and make sure that God is blessing you and protecting you and giving that grace to you, because you never know. So make sure you get your life right, because you never know, man. It is what it is. To the next video. Peace and love.